Hello, and welcome to the Mr. English Couple podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Paul. We are so happy you're here with us today. This is a place for stories, for feelings, and for learning English together.
Today, we have a special story. It's a little mysterious, a little sad, but also full of hope. It's about a secret in an old house.
Yes, and through this story, we will learn some beautiful new words and important grammar. Don't worry, we will explain everything. Just relax and listen.
Are you ready, Paul?
I'm ready, Emily. Let's begin our story.
Our story starts with a woman named Clara. Clara was a young artist. She loved old things, beautiful things, and quiet places. One day, she was walking through her small town when she saw it, a big, old, empty house.
The house was very old. The paint was white, but it was chipping. Little pieces of paint were falling off. The windows were dark. A large, beautiful garden was in front of the house, but now it was only wild grass and yellow flowers. It looked lonely.
Clara felt something when she saw the house. It wasn't fear. It was curiosity. She wanted to know its story. She walked to the front door slowly. Creak. The sound of her feet on the old wood was loud in the quiet afternoon.
The door was locked, but next to the door, one window was open, just a little. Clara pushed the window open. It made a loud scraping sound. She took a deep breath and climbed inside.
Inside, the air was still and dusty. Sunlight came through the dirty windows and made lines of light in the dark room. She was in a living room. There was an old sofa, a chair, and a small table. Everything was covered with a white cloth, a big sheet, like ghosts of the past.
And then Clara saw it. On the floor, near the fireplace, was a small, beautiful box. It was made of dark wood, and on the top, there was a simple carved flower.
Her heart was beating fast. What is this? She thought. She walked to the box and picked it up. It was not heavy. She opened it carefully.
Inside the box, there was no gold, no money. There was only a piece of paper, old and yellow. Clara unfolded the paper carefully. The words were written in beautiful, old-fashioned handwriting.
Clara read the letters slowly and emotionally. To the one who finds this, I was happy here. My name is Eleanor. I lived in this house with my love, William. He painted the garden for me. Now I must go, but a part of my heart will always be here. Please remember us.
Clara sat on the dusty floor. She read the words again and again. He painted the garden for me. She felt a sudden strong emotion for this woman, Eleanor. She felt Eleanor's sadness. She felt her love.
At that moment, Clara knew she couldn't let Eleanor and William be forgotten. She decided to find their story. The next day, Clara went to the town's library. It was a small, quiet building that smelled of old books. She asked the librarian, an old, kind man named Mr. Higgins, for help.
Excuse me, Mr. Higgins. I am looking for information about an old house, the White House on Hill Street.
The old Miller house? It has been empty for 50 years? Maybe more. A sad story.
A sad story? What happened?
The Millers, William and Eleanor. He was a painter. She loved music. They were very happy. But then, the war came. William had to go. He never came back.
Clara's heart felt heavy. "And Eleanor?" she asked.
She waited for a long, long time. She always believed he would return. But one day, she left. She was too sad to stay in the house alone. No one knows where she went.
Clara thanked Mr. Higgins. She now understood the sadness in the letter. She left the library, but she had a new mission. She needed to find the painting of the garden.
Okay, everyone, let's pause our story for a moment and learn some English. Paul, what words did we hear?
Let's look at 3 great words from our story. First word, curious or curiosity.
Clara felt curiosity. This means she wanted to know more. She wanted to discover the secret.
So if you are a curious person, you love to learn new things. It's a very good word for students. Can you say it? Curious. Second word, dusty.
The air was dusty. This means there was a lot of dust, very small, dry pieces of dirt in the air. An old book can be dusty. An old room is often dusty.
It's a great descriptive word. Dusty. Third word, unfold.
Clara unfolded the paper. This is the opposite of fold. You fold a letter to put it in an envelope. You unfold it to read it.
Very good. Unfold. Now for grammar. Let's look at the past continuous tense. We use this to talk about an action that was in progress in the past.
For example, in the story, William was painting the garden. This means, in the past, he was in the middle of the action of painting. He had not finished.
So when Clara entered the house, the sun was shining, and Mr. Higgins said Eleanor was waiting for William.
Perfect. Now, let's go back to the story. Clara returned to the old house. This time, she looked everywhere. She went upstairs. The first room was a bedroom, empty. The second room was different.
This room was smaller. A large white sheet was covering something in the corner. Something big. Clara's hands were shaking. She walked to the sheet and pulled it down. Whoosh! A cloud of dust filled the air.
And there it was, a painting. It was the garden, but not the wild yellow garden of today. This garden was full of life. There were red roses, purple lavender, and green grass. The colors were still bright and beautiful.
In the bottom corner of the painting, there was a signature. For my Eleanor, forever yours, William. Clara felt tears in her eyes. It was so beautiful and so sad.
He was painting this for her. He was loving her when he painted this.
She knew what she had to do. She took the painting to her small apartment. She started to work. She wasn't a painter, but she was an artist. She could restore, make something beautiful again, the real garden.
Every day, after her work, Clara went to the old house. She worked in the garden. She pulled the wild grass. She planted new roses and lavender. She made the garden beautiful again, just like in William's painting.
The people in the town saw her. They started to ask questions. Clara told them the story of William and Eleanor, the story of love and loss.
Something amazing happened. The people of the town were inspired. They started to help her. They brought plants. They helped paint the old windows. The lonely house was not lonely anymore.
After 3 months, the garden was finished. It was not perfect, but it was full of color and life. It was a living memory of William and Eleanor.
On the last day, Clara brought the painting and put it on a chair in the garden. She had a small ceremony. She invited the people from the town.
William and Eleanor loved this place. Their love is not lost. It is here, in these flowers, in this earth. We will remember them.
Everyone was quiet. They felt the emotion. They felt the love and the hope. At that moment, the garden was more than a garden. It was a story. And now it was their story too.
And that, everyone, is the end of our story, The Secret in the Old House. We hope you enjoyed it.
Now let's do a quick recap of what we learned today. Vocabulary recap. Curious, wanting to know or learn something. Dusty, covered with dust. Unfold, to open something that was folded. Restore, to bring something back to its original good condition.
Grammar recap. Past continuous tense. We use it to describe an action that was in progress in the past. Formula: was, were, plus verb, ing. Example: William was painting a beautiful garden.
Try to use these words and this grammar this week. Tell a friend, I was listening to a great story, or I feel curious about English.
We are so happy you learned with us today. If you enjoyed this story, please give us a like and share it with a friend who is also learning English.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Mr. English Couple, for more emotional stories and English lessons. It really helps us.
Until next time, keep learning, keep feeling, and keep telling your own story. Goodbye.